everyone, Voodoo here, and I'm here with very exciting news. We have the news about 10.2's new update, Guardians of the Dream. Now, this includes a lot of cool stuff, so we're gonna go over it now. We should expect to see PTR sometime tonight when this video goes up. I'll be streaming. Hopefully, if I have time before or after raid, we'll check it out quickly. If not, though, we're gonna check it out tomorrow. Yeah, so this video is gonna be great. Like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch in the description, all that cool stuff, but let's get into it. So, Guardians of the Dream is the new 10.2 content update, which sees us going into the Emerald Dream to fight off Havoc as he tries to claim the power of the new world tree, Yggdrasil, to kind of spread fire and chaos and destruction and death all over Azeroth. So you see here, there's a little bit of an overview on the screen. New zone, the Emerald Dream, new raid, Yggdrasil. It's a 9 boss raid. There's a new legendary weapon, of course, new class sets, new public events. Dream Wardens is a new kind of renown spec thing. New season, new Blood Elf customization, dragon riding updates, and the most important thing on this list, my personal favorite, class talent updates, Rogue and Demon Hunter. Now, I'm excited for this. I've seen some of the stuff that the dev has been talking about on the Discord, and if you're a channel member of mine, you've seen me cover and kind of give you guys a bit of an update over that. I'm very excited for this. Class talent updates for Demon Hunter have been a long time coming, so you know that every single time there'll be an update, I will be covering it. I'll be giving my thoughts. We'll do a deep dive on all the Demon Hunter changes, Vengeance as well, and yeah, so if you want to see that, subscribe, stick around. You guys know what this channel is about at this point. So, there's a video here if you want to watch it. I'll link it down below. The new zone is the Emerald Dream, though, and I think it looks really pretty, actually. That's not the picture I picked on, but like the zone looks gorgeous. It's like a green Val'sharah, Ardenweald kind of vibe, which makes sense. Those are all Dream adjacent, which is really cool, and I think it's pretty pretty. Now, there's a map somewhere. I don't have it. But the zone looks to be about the size of the Unharmed Plains. You can dragon ride in it. There's new dragon riding stuff. But the new zone, again, wow, our team kills it. I don't know why this is opening a different image. But I guess here's one shot. Here's another shot. Zone looks gorgeous. Cannot wait to get in here and look around. There's a ton of cool little critters, too. Little baby owlkin, it looks like. Trees. So lots of like druidic stuff. Druids of the Flame are back, lots of fire. So it's kind of like a nature versus fire thing as Havoc kind of tries to bring in the Shadow Flame and literally the Firelands, actually, as we'll get to in the raid, into the Emerald Dream. So a lot of cool stuff there, a lot of definitely interesting things they can do with that. There's a new renown, Dream Wardens, which are keepers, dryads, druids, all that stuff to give you new rewards. Here is the new raid. This is the outside of it. This is, I think it's like the temple of whatever, I don't remember. It's just it's a temple built by the Green Dragonflight that kind of pours the power of the Emerald Dream into the little world steed. So it's getting assaulted by Havoc, it's getting assaulted by the Zukali, assaulted by Druids of the Flame. So a lot of fire themes here against fire things of nature. You can see that there's a lot of like magma flame all around the kind of nature zone. It's pretty cool. Havoc is here. He is the final boss of the raid, and you guys can see this axe here. So this is actually a legendary weapon that can drop. Now, we'll get to it in a second, and there's a little Wowhead post about it. But basically, it seems that anybody who can equip a two-handed axe can use it, which means it's like hunters, shamans, evokers, paladins, death knights, warriors, I think. But definitely something to keep your eye out and look for. There's also a few other bosses. They're not shown here. I don't remember his name, but the new Lord of Flame is here. There's this big like tree woman. So a lot of cool, interesting bosses. There's a dragon riding boss that seems actually kind of cool when you're fighting the leader of the Druids of the Flame, as you got kind of chase him up the tree. So that's really cool. There's new public events. I mean, obviously not really my thing, but they're pretty big stuff like Researchers Under Fire, things like the Super Vent. They've gotten a little better on the rewards. Basically, what happens is the first time you do it, you'll always get max rewards. So probably a good idea to do this once a week, maybe to get sparks, something like that. We have a new Season 3 dungeon pool. Honestly, solid dungeons. There's a few I'm worried about, but we have both halves of Dawn of the Infinite. We figured we have Waycrest Manor, which I think is a good dungeon if the doors aren't random. I think if the doors are pretty random, it might take away from that. But lots of people enjoyed this one. Ataldazar, great dungeon. Darkheart Thicket is pretty solid. There's some things they need to fix up on it, but I think overall it's a pretty good dungeon. Blackheart Cold as well. Both of those, Darkheart Thicket makes a lot of sense for the Emerald Dream themed patch. Same with the Everbloom, and then Throne of the Tides is returning as well. So I think these two really need to be touched up and looked at, but Everbloom specifically, if they fix this one up, I'm pretty curious to see. I think it could be pretty fun. Lots of pulls you can do there. The bosses are pretty interesting as well. Throne of the Tides needs a lot of work, but we'll see. In my opinion, I don't think Vortex Pinnacle turned out too well. I think it's probably one of the worst dungeons this season, but it's there. There's more dragon riding stuff, including this new mount. It's like an owl that drops from Mythic Farak as like a new dragon riding style thing. There's new customizations for your dragons to look like Farak as well. And then there's an entirely new dragon riding mount. It's like a fairy dragon. So that's pretty cool. And then a new world boss. So that's kind of all from the little press release here. They don't really mention like the Havoc or whatever changes on this part, but they are coming. We'll see them later. So there's a little deep dive about the dungeon rotation. Darkheart Thicket, Everbloom, 2 halves of whatever, and then Blackheart Cold, Waycrest Manor, Taldazar, Throne of the Tides. I love a Taldazar, big fan of that. Waycrest Manor has a pretty fun as well. Blackheart Cold is solid. These are both pretty good as long as they can fix up kind of the Morchi encounter, stuff like that. Everbloom we'll see. Darkheart Thicket as well is pretty good. So I think it's going to be a pretty solid season from M+. We have early previews of tier sets as well. We don't know what they do, but we can look at them and see what they are made of. So we see here, this is Warlock, Hunter, and the Monk. So those are pretty solid. Warrior and Priest. We have Death Knight, Shaman, and Demon Hunter. And I actually kind of like the Demon Hunter one. So it's very unique. The 2 shoulders are different as well, which I think is pretty cool. We haven't really had that before. And I actually really like the head. The head being just like this floating demon skull that you've like stolen and use as your own. That really fits with the class. I really like this one compared to the other ones we've seen. I don't think it's like an amazing set. I do think it's pretty cool. You could probably do some cool things with the helmet. But it's definitely better than the tier sets we've got in the past. I really don't think Havoc has had that good, or Demon Hunter, sorry, has had that good of tier sets ever since they brought them back in the end of Shadowlands. But I think they're pretty solid. Oh, there's also Paladin, Druid, and Mage, all kind of Druid of the Flamey. I actually kind of like the Mage one. It's like a little like sorcerer kind of theme. So that's kind of cool there. We have information about Amir Drasil, which is the new raid. So Farak and all that stuff. Now, I guess I already covered this. I thought there'd be more things. We can see here that there's one wing untouched by Farak, which has Naimu. I don't know how to say that. Naimu, Weaver of the Circle, as the last boss, who is the person that like weaves the dream. There's another wing where you have the Firelord itself, Smolderon, that's what I was saying. So Farak is like bringing the Firelands into the dream here, kind of collapsing them together to try and take over Amir Drasil. So we're going to end up fighting the Firelord, which is kind of cool. Tandril Sage Swift, who is one of the leaders of Druids of the Flame, is the dragon riding boss. And of course, there's Farak at the end. This is the new weapon. It looks pretty cool, honestly. Don't know what set this is that's holding it. Could be like a warrior set, could be another set. We don't really know. There's concept art with Farak holding it. He looks really badass in this, actually. He looks really, really cool. But as far as we know, there's no class ties to the weapon, as I was saying. So any class that can use two-handed axes, which are, I think, the ones I mentioned, should be able to use this. We don't know what it does. Supposedly, it is obtainable, like not just a random drop, like you can work towards it. Again, we'll see on that one. And then the final big piece of news, in my opinion, I think these are pretty cool. I used to main a Boomy, are Moonkin forms. Now, I want Demon Hunter forms. I do think like getting a Demon form would be really cool. It doesn't really make sense that the inner demon for millions of Demon Hunters are the exact same. But these are really cool Druid forms. There's a ton more as well that aren't shown here. This is just like some, there's a new bear form for like bears. It's, I don't remember what they're called. But lots of cool things. If you're a Druid coming in here, that's just one of the Druids of the Flame. A little Flame Moonkin. With like some fiery mushrooms. There's like a new fire cat form. That's one of the new druids. So lots of cool druid stuff. I mean, makes sense. We're going into the dream. So it makes a lot of sense. Now, again, we don't really know everything happening. There's going to be fiery druid customization. We don't know how to get it all. A lot of it's going to be secret. A lot of it's going to be hidden, stuff like that. But overall, I am pretty excited for this patch. We'll see what happens. Now, I will say it doesn't look like there's a ton of content in it. The new events could be interesting. It looks roughly the same as the last patch we got, which is fine. I am hoping for a little bit more stuff, but again, as we get patches every 2 months here, we generally will see like more and more things. So makes a lot of sense in my opinion, the stuff we're getting, but that's kind of going to be it for now. Now again, like I said, PTR is coming out probably today at some point, they mentioned. So my guess normally is that comes out between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be live tonight. I will be raiding, but afterwards or before, if we have time, we will dip in quickly and check out the new PTR, and then tomorrow we will go in depth on it and really do a deep dive for all the Havoc Demon Hunter stuff. Hopefully the changes are there, but if not, we'll be checking it out and seeing what it's all about. So I'll give you guys updates and videos as often as I can on all the Demon Hunter stuff. We'll be diving into it, giving really deep nitty gritty stuff, feedback on it, all the changes, what it means for you, and of course we'll be having a guide for season 3 whenever it comes out in I'm guessing late October to early November, but we will see. So that's the new update. Pretty excited for it. I'll post the video down below of like the reveal, I guess. And I'll be live tonight. There's Twitch drops. Follow my Twitch in the description. Check me out there around 8 p.m., 7:30. We'll see if there's PTR live or not. And yeah, see you guys later. Let me know what you guys think of the new update 10.2. Let me know what your hopes are for the Havoc Demon Hunter changes. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.